Hi guys, Dimesgold here, doing a quick base scout for number 7. The war's still not over, so the idea of this base scout is to give someone an attack plan for this base. Unfortunately, as you can see, I attacked this base and totally did really poorly. But it is actually a pretty easy base to kill with Hogs now that you know where everything is, and now that you can learn from my silly mistakes which caused me to lose. So real quick, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to rush through this. We've got bombs located here, 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 and here. Now that you know where they are, you can easily avoid some of them. This one can be avoided pretty much entirely. This one can be diffused in luring the CC, as I'll talk about and show you. That leaves you 2 bombs that you may have to heal through. If you have your heal down properly before they ever get there, then it will be no problem. The only other problem is the queen. As you'll see, she's the reason why I lost the first raid, because I was unable to get my kill squad in to kill her because my kill squad died, and so I wanted to give you a few tips for that. Here are the Teslas. Now that you know where all of these are located, that should really help you out in a hog raid. There's no double giant bomb locations, and so really, as long as we can get the kill cleaned up, there should be no reason why this can't be 3-starred with Hogs. Now let me go in and show you how I would suggest doing this. Obviously you can do it your own way, but I feel like my plan was good, I just screwed it up. So I lured the CC right here with 3 Hogs. I think that that's the right amount. I think you should do the same thing for 2 reasons. 1, it's enough to get the CC fully lured. 2, we end up killing a building, which is always good. And then 3, we defuse this giant bomb. So with 3 Hogs, you lure the CC fully, you kill a building, and you defuse a giant bomb. That's a great trade for just 3 Hogs, so I highly recommend doing that. There's a spring trap right there, so if you try to use 1 giant to come in, it's not going to work, just so you know. Don't waste your time doing that. Now, let's watch real quick. We're not going to watch the whole replay, but watch what happens with my CC kill, and this is what's going to make the difference between the 3-star for you. Okay, so I get the CC pull, I drop my anchor archer out here, and they start coming this way. Here's the problem. They're all spread out in a mass. And so what's going to end up happening is when they get here, the bulk is going to be right here sitting behind this camp. But these ones on this side come this way. As a result, I end up losing my wizards over here on this side because they're spread out. All the skellies are going after them. This wizard's all alone getting killed by these guys. It ends up making for a really messy kill, and I lose both my witches. Because I lose both my witches, I can't get in here and kill the queen. So how do we avoid that? Instead of just dropping 1 anchor archer, I would bring 1 or 2 less Hogs, bring in an extra archer. As soon as the CC got pulled and these Hogs died, I would drop the anchor archer right here. She would latch onto this building. Now it's a really tight window. You got this that comes out to like right here, and then this cannon shoots to like right there. So you'd have to be right, like pretty good placement. If you're worried about that placement, you can find another one that's not on a building. So for example, you could drop her out here. That way all of the CC troops would come out this way. They'd kill her, but then they'd be clumped in this direction, and then you could drop your second anchor archer out here, and then they come this way. What does that do for you? Now they're all in a pretty good group. They're all going to be kind of massed like this, but they're all going to be coming the same direction instead of having a long spread out line. So I highly recommend that whoever attacks this base does a 2 draw like this, so that you can get them all grouped up. That way you don't lose some of your witches in the kill. Like I said, I think right here is okay, but if you want to play it safe because you're worried that the archer will get killed, then you can do it clear out here. It doesn't matter what happens to that archer as long as she gets those people to come out in that direction, because we're just trying to redirect them so that they're all coming from the same direction. Alright, so once they're coming this way, archer, witch, wait a second, witch. This this archer tower comes out pretty far, so you want to make sure that you're not dropping witches over here. Keep them kind of in this direction. If you've got the troops coming this way, in fact I would maybe even do witch over here just to make it sure. Then the skellies are going to come here. I would drop the witches when the other guy's troops are like this far away. You don't need to wait till they're right on top of you. They'll kill this building, and then the skellies will start going here, and they'll start aggroing on these. Once the skellies are aggroed on, get some wizards in here. As you'll see if we continue the replay. my wizards got tied up because of the location of where I did it, and so this guy is totally alone, gets killed, and this guy is stuck on a building. Really poor placement on my part. So even though the skellies are in there doing their job, they're just getting killed too quick, which allows this wizard to lock on and kill that witch. This witch survives the initial melee, but because they're so severely depleted on all the skellies and stuff, if she gets killed by this right here, wouldn't have happened. Oh, actually, I didn't even get that right. The wizard did get it. So anyway, the point is, my kill squad is dead. So now I panic and drop my king to try to get my king in to kill the queen. Ends up getting my king killed, which causes me to panic, and I start sending in some hogs from this way, trying to support my king, hoping that he can still get to the queen, which was stupid on my part because I needed those hogs for the rest of my plan. And then I ended up failing a heal over here. I tried to drop a heal right here because I knew there was a bomb there. Ended up not being able to drop it. You know how sometimes you tap and it doesn't catch? Well, by the time it did catch, the hogs were dead. So it was a failed raid. But those simple things that I explained should be able to help you avoid that. Get the troops up here first and then get them going this way. Make sure that those witches stay alive. Now, what I did do well was I got this wizard dropped here on this building. If my witches had stayed alive, what that would have done is they would have come down and killed all this, but then they would have funneled in this way. I would bring 4 wall breakers, 2 to get in here, 2 more to get in here. Don't drop them all at once, go 2. Wait till the skellies and stuff are up here distracting, and then 2 more. That allows your kill squad to get in and take care of the queen. And then the other thing I did was I dropped my queen right here, and that was to kill this. The reason I didn't just use a wizard is because I was worried that the wizard would be within range of this cannon and would die and not be able to finish off that building. You can try a wizard if you feel like it's better. I think the queen is okay. I shouldn't have just let her die without using her ability. I got distracted with other stuff. The point is, however we do it, we want to get rid of this building, and we want to get rid of this building. That way, your kill squad is going to funnel into the queen. Okay. Once the queen's dead, or as the queen is getting killed, really, once the queen locks onto them and you've taken care of dropping your stuff and raging your people, I'd bring the hogs in, and I'd bring the hogs in 2 groups. Right here, actually, so that was a bad placement, like this. If you drop them right here, they're going to go straight for that Tesla. So I would drop them here in one group of like 10 to 15, and here in one group of 10 to 15. They come in like this, they kill this Tesla, they kill this. There's a bomb right here, so you got to have that heal down as soon as I'd even drop the heal and then place the troops in. They come in, boom, and they're going to start bouncing their way around this way. At that point, there's nothing left that's going to threaten them. You've already defused this bomb, so you can save your heal, maybe drop your next heal here, because this Tesla or this wizard tower is going to be hurting them, and then there is the bomb here that they're going to set off, and then they're going to come they're going to be bouncing their way around this way. At this point, I would probably use my CC troops right here to come in and help supplement. Your hogs are going to keep going this way. You know you've got 1 bomb here, but you kind of pretty much avoided it, so you can use another heal here, and then save that last heal for right here, just in case those hogs do come in and get it. And just in case, for whatever reason, you are unable to kill the queen, that last heal can help keep them alive as they've made their way around. If possible, keep a wizard in your pocket to drop right here or right here after they've killed the building so that you can help with the cleanup. Everyone always thinks you need more hogs. That's not always really true. Don't worry about dropping a few hogs. So I would bring a similar setup to what I brought. I still think my plan was good. I just failed on the execution of my wizards here. Except I would have needed 2 more wall breakers, so I only brought 2, and another archer to get them out here. So if you dropped 1 hog, that's 2 wall breakers and an archer. If you want to be extra for sure, you could drop 2 hogs, so bring in 28 instead of 20, and then I had 5 hogs in my CC. And bring in a few barbarians as well. What the barbarians can help you do is get this kill done more cleanly. Whenever there's a lull in the skeletons being formed, you drop a barbarian in, and the barbarian kind of serves the same purpose as the skeletons to draw the fire of the wizards, so the wizards don't turn on your witches. But yeah, really, please don't be afraid of the space just because I failed it. This is a a totally doable 3-star hog base. I just totally messed up. You know where the bombs are, so you've got that advantage. You also saw how I messed up, and so you can avoid that mistake by luring the troops out a little bit better so that you don't lose your kill squad. Another option is, because she's only a level 5 queen, if you want, you could just not kill her at all and just bring in more hogs. I still think killing the queen is probably the best option because she can be a beast at the end. However, that being said, she is only level 5, and if this whole trying to kill the queen is too complicated or too messy, or you just don't think there's a high enough chance of success for you, then it may be acceptable just to kill the CC troops in whatever way you normally like to do and just ignore the queen. I don't recommend it, but for sure this base is totally hoggable. Alright, signing off.